So there's a running joke in my office that I love Post-its, and while it's true, I do love Post-its, I mostly love design thinking and creative collaboration. There are many benefits to design thinking, and it can take many forms. I'm going to share a couple of my favorite exercises with you today. I think these are essential tools for any product manager's toolbox because they help you foster collaboration and consensus in your team. And they also really push the boundaries of everyone's imagination so you can come up with more innovative and successful ideas. Pretty simple standard design thinking exercise is called How Might We? How might we questions are a helpful way to frame a brainstorming session. Maybe you learned something from user research that you want to act on, or you've been given a problem that needs solving. You typically do this exercise when you're just starting off and aren't really sure what exactly to build yet. So to start off at How Might We brainstorm, you want to define what everyone's talking about in the area you're going to explore. So you start off by defining the problem and leave with simple questions like, okay, how might we make money on video? Then you build on that. Go crazy for a little while. If the team gets stuck and really off track, you can bring it back by offering specific user needs, business objectives, or areas where you can offer a solution. So how might we keep users engaged with content long enough to see an ad in a video? How might we embed ads in the middle of video content without disrupting users or undermining the integrity of the news product? How might we put sponsorships on the video player? How might we, and on and on. Hopefully you can start to refine these questions about 20 to 30 minutes in and really focus in on the problem and how you want to start solving it. Card sorting is traditionally a user research exercise to learn what your user finds most important. We also use it sometimes, though, to help the team prioritize what's most important. Basically, you write out all of the features a product might have on individual cards, and then you let the user or the stakeholder or teammates sort them by what they think is most important and talk through their decision with you. You can do closed card sorting exercises where you print everything out and then ask them to sort what's most important, or you can do an open card sort where you leave some blanks in there so they can write in their own ideas. One of the hardest parts of being a product manager is forcing people to make difficult decisions. Of all decisions, feature prioritization is probably the hardest. You're going to have different stakeholders saying, this is the most important thing in the world and it has to be the highest priority. And while everyone could be right, they can't all have their way. There's only so much space for a user's attention and on a mobile screen. So you can do card sorting with users to figure out what features, tools, or categories they find most important, and with stakeholders to learn more about what's important to the brand or the organization. If you have a little bit more time for a larger ideation session, there's a few stages of creative design thinking exercises that I think are really cool and helpful. You'd want to start off with a problem statement. This could be what you came up with in your How Might We. So it might be, how might we earn more revenue on video? The first stage is to draw. Have each person put 15 Post-its on a piece of paper. Set a 30-second timer. On the first Post-it, draw the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the problem statement. When 30 seconds is up, pass your sheet to the left. Now you have 30 seconds to draw what comes to mind in response to the first drawing. So you repeat this until all 15 Post-its have been filled in with different drawings. It's kind of like telephone Pictionary. In the end, you should have a ton of hilarious and seemingly unrelated drawings, and that's okay. This first part is to open up your brain and force people out of their comfort zone. That's why the drawing part is so important. It uses a part of your brain that most folks don't normally use, and it forces you to kind of let go of your inhibitions. Just tell everyone you can all draw a stick figure, so you can do it. Next is word association. For reporters, I've found this is often a lot more comfortable than drawing. So you put your Post-it drawings on the wall and give each person a Post-it pad and a Sharpie. For 3 to 5 minutes, do this word association thing. So I say television, I wrote it on my Post-it and stick it on the wall. The next person says MacGyver, writes it down and puts a Post-it on the wall. The next person says innovative, and so on. Just whatever is the first thing that you think of in response to the last person's word. At the end, you should have a Post-it wall full of crazy drawings and random words and a creative brain on fire. Next is kind of focusing in this ideation, now that you're feeling very creative, a little bit tighter back to the problem statement. So if you have a big group, break into a team of 3 to 5 people, grab any Post-it that the team really, really likes. Say there's a picture of a pirate ship or the word diapers. It really doesn't matter. And in this smaller group, go back to the problem statement and use that image or word as a jumping off point. So how might we make money on video with diapers? That's really weird, but let's think about it. What do diapers do? They absorb stuff. Okay, so kind of like a video absorbs people's attention. Babies wear diapers. Babies explore the world for the first time. How can we make something that feels brand new? How can we create an ad unit or sponsorship opportunity that people will be really curious about? It can get weird, like really weird, but it will surprise you. We had a team use the word taxidermy one time, and it was creepy. But in the end, they kind of had some crazy ideas about like preservation, and I don't even know. And they had a good time laughing about this. So don't let anyone give up too quickly. Give people 10 minutes or so with each word or image, and then if it seems like they're going in circles, grab another one and just start over. Next is driving in the focus a lot more. Take all that craziness and really rein it in. Have each person put 10 Post-its on a piece of paper and set a timer for 15 minutes. On their own, have them write down 10 ideas that would address the problem statement. Like, these are real ideas. I mean, they might be kind of crazy or they might be mundane, but it could be, things that came up during the brainstorm or something new. But it's giving each person a quiet time to really reflect on all of this stuff that they've churned up in their brain, and then hone it in. Lastly is vote and discuss. Give everyone 3 stickers or a colored pen, 3 options to vote on their favorite ideas. So walk around the room, read everybody else's 10 ideas that they wrote down, and put a colored dot or sticker on the 3 that you like the best. At the end, you can gather up all of the ideas that had a vote and talk about them as a team. So you'll want to kind of play Goldilocks and sort these ideas. Like, is this pie in the sky crazy? Or is it a little mundane? Or is it just right? Like, we could actually do this. If something is a little pie in the sky, talk about how you could rein it in and make it a more usable idea. Can you maybe combine a little bit of this with a little bit of that to get something that's innovative and also doable? So I hope you find this helpful. And if you do try some of these design thinking exercises, I'd love to see how it goes. So share it with me. Thanks, y'all.